There's seagulls on the roof, that's what they sound like. They're up there, watching Under Siege. Why are they watching Under Siege? Steven Seagal. Huh? Huh? Okay, so we're going to show you how to make a traditional piadina, okay? So a piadina is like an Italian flatbread, and the Italians know about breads. Obviously there's Neapolitan pizza, there's focaccia, there's ciabatta, all those are amazing, but they're all quite time consuming, okay? What the piadina gives us is something just as delicious, but the dough only takes half an hour. Traditional piadinas are normally filled with kind of cured meats, stuff like that. We're going to put a little twist on that, and we're going to use Roccbox to our advantage, and we're going to make a kind of sausage crumble. So we're going to cook the sausage really quickly in Roccbox. We're going to make a red onion pickle, which is really sharp, really delicious. We're going to use some ricotta, some watercress, and those flavours together is going to blow your mind. You're going to love it. Right, let's get going. So first thing we're going to do is our flour. So we've got plain flour here, 450 grams of plain flour. To that, we're going to add 2 grams of baking powder, and we're going to add 15 grams of salt. Okay, so that's our dry ingredients, basically. Our wet ingredients, a bit different to a lot of doughs, we're going to be using milk. So I've got some milk here that's kind of hand hot, and just here I've got some lard. Okay, so we're going to add the lard to the milk and just give it a little mix up to break it down. You don't need to break the lard down completely, you just need to kind of mush it into the milk a little bit. So traditionally, this would be made with back fat from a pig. That's a bit hard to find in a lot of places, so that's why we've gone for lard here. And now we can start making our dough. So we're going to pour the lard in the milk, probably about a third of it, into the centre, and just start bringing it together with your fork. So you never want to add all your liquid at once to your dough at this point. If we do that, it will end up taking longer to kind of form the dough. Milk-based tips. So once you've got kind of dough forming in the centre, we can then add a bit more. And use your fork just to put in that lard as well. So the milk in this dough and the lard is going to mean that our piadina is brilliantly foldable. Quite often when you make flatbreads or tortillas, they can be a bit crisp, a bit that noise. So once you've kind of mixed it with the fork for a while, you can get your hand involved, lose the fork, and just work it to form a dough. And once we've got that, we can get that on our workbench, and then we can knead it for a couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. And it feels great. It's a really nice feeling dough. So this will come together reasonably quickly, a lot quicker than a lot of doughs. I'm just going to wrap this in cling film. We need to rest it for half an hour as a minimum. You can make this the day before, 2 days before, it will be fine. But kind of half an hour, a nice quick piadina dough, and then we'll get on with the accompaniments. So I've got red onion here. So once the onion is peeled, now we're going to really finely slice it. To this onion, we're going to add half a tablespoon of salt. It's making my eyes water, this onion. And half a tablespoon of sherry vinegar. Once they're in there, we're just going to get stuck in. So we're going to scrunch this up. Okay, once you've scrunched that together, that's it. We're just going to leave that to one side, and that'll be ready when we want to plate up the piadina. Next up, we're going to make a kind of sausage crumble. This is great. So we've got a sausage here. If you can get good sausage from your butcher, do get what you pay for. I'm just going to cut it open, take the meat out of the casing, and we're just going to kind of break this into little chunks. Some of them can be big, some of them can be small. There is literally no rules to this. And as this cooks in Roccbox, because it's so hot, some of it will char, some of it will stay quite squishy, quite soft. It's just so many different textures. It's great. Pop the pan into Roccbox to get nice and hot. And as soon as that's warm, we're going to add some oil and get this bad boy cooking. Cool, so our pan's nice and hot. That Roccbox is on 500 degrees, fully saturated, nice and hot. Add a little splash of oil, and we're just going to get our sausage straight into the pan. And then just get it straight in. Because it's sausage meat as well, you'll kind of want to get in there. You'll want to shake it, but don't. The key to getting things like this charred and getting the texture that we're looking for from the sausage is leaving it alone. And it's difficult, it is difficult. Right, so the sausage has started to cook, and now we're just going to break it up with a wooden spoon. And because of that flame, it's going to cook really fast. Okay, and once you've done that first kind of break up, you'll see then everything else happens quite quickly. So then you can be a bit more involved in it. You can get back in, and in a hot Roccbox, high flame, this will kind of all be done in about 4 minutes or so. And there it is, our sausage crumble is good to go. Our onion pickle is good to go. Going to roll out the piadina and get him in the Roccbox. Our dough's rested for half an hour, so now we're going to open it. We're going to cook it in a hot Roccbox, straight on the deck. And that will probably only want about a minute, minute and a half. They're very, very quick. I've got a 90-gram ball of dough here. I'm just going to rub in the flour lightly. It doesn't need much flour. And when I'm pressing it down, it's giving me kind of a guideline as to how much more flour I'm going to need if I find it sticking at all. then I can get more flour down. If it's not, then I'll probably just carry on as is. So once you've opened the dough out, grab yourself your rolling pin. A little dust on the rolling pin. So you can make these round. For me, whatever shape you want to roll out. If it's square, fine. If it's a rhombus, dodecahedron, we're going to fill it full of good stuff and wrap it up anyway. Same rules as normal, bit of flour on the peel. Lift him on like that. You don't need to drag him on. In the same way you do a pizza, you just lift it on. And the same as when we cook any other flatbread, we'll see the puffing and the kind of bubbles forming straight away. And these are going to kind of leopard spot and char, so similar to a Neapolitan pizza, we're going to get those lovely little black spots all over it. So again, the same as when you cook your pizza, you want to turn it 180 degrees halfway through the cooking. Once he's had about 30 seconds both sides, so this side here has been facing upwards at the flame, and you can see how that's cooked, kind of looks like a Jacob's cracker. That's what we're looking for. Our other side looks beautiful, almost like a naan. So here, we've got some ricotta cheese, and then just use the back of your spoon to kind of spread it about. And you'll pop bits of the dough here. Then we're going to add our sausage crumble. This is the sausage that we broke up and we cooked. Then we've got some watercress here. And then we've got our onion pickle, which is really soft now. Where that's been sat there for kind of half an hour or so, that's gone super, super soft. So now the only thing to do is to roll it up and eat it. Just fold it in on itself, give it a little squish, and there you go. Sausage crumble, red onion pickle, watercress and ricotta piadina. That is delicious. That is things working together so well. The crumble's giving us that texture, those lovely kind of crispy bits that we've got off the sausage crumble. The cheese is just delicious, ricotta always is, and that onion pickle just lends that kind of sharpness to it that just counteracts the pepperiness of the watercress. It's so good. So we're gonna have to wait for them. Just small talk in the meantime about Steven Seagal. What's your favourite Steven Seagal film? Put it in the comments below, let us know. Mine is probably Under Siege 1 because I'm a big fan of Tommy Lee Jones and I like boats.